What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 29 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Malekith and Naggarond Inc. campaign. Does your life lack meaning? That's because it has no meaning. Unless you're enriching your betters, your existence has no purpose. This has been a Naggarond Inc. public service announcement. Naggarond Inc. serving the public so that the public serves us better. Alrighty, I always have to hold myself back from cracking up during those. Anyway, as we saw last time, Wulfric the Wanderer came to serve us better by sacrificing all of his troops to Crone Hellebrand's army. This has seen off the Norscan quote-unquote invasion of our territory, though mostly they just appeared here to try to chase down our dwarven allies, and we will be taking their territories in reprisal, and then, probably trading them to Throg. Our invasion of Ulthuan also continues. Marathi's still waiting for Alistar, one of these armies, to hopefully get ambushed, while Malekith has advanced towards Phoenix Gate and will be using it as a base to move down to the Gaian Vale and the territories of Avalorn. Though, to be fair, once they lost their 3 full stacks of the Twisted Glade, they've been, they haven't been able to achieve much. Let's say that. Now, between the episodes, I did do a lot of admin work, and I mean a lot, including, as you can see, our slave numbers have dropped from about 12,000 to about a little under 5,000. Basically, I rushed a bunch of stuff, and this will allow us to build a bunch of stuff a lot cheaper than it would normally be built. So, we have to take advantage of it right now, because this is obviously our last turn of materials at sea, but I also wanted to spare you guys the 15 minutes of admin that it took to figure out what to rush and what to leave, such that we have enough slaves remaining for whatever other purposes we need them for. Anyway, in terms of what we got to do this time, well, this turn, there isn't really much other than the building, but then afterwards, we continue with our invasion of Ulthuan and continue proceeding to Albion as well, as there are 2 landmarks there, and thus we can't leave Be'lakor holding those. It's only fair. It's only... Okay, no. Anyway. I want to make some kind of pun with Be'lakor's name, but I couldn't quite think of it. Anyway, let's do the buildings right now real quick. There shouldn't be all that many of them, so we should be able to just upgrade what we need here. Yes, Layers of Clarkarond is now up and running, or will be up and running shortly, with that upkeep reduction for Harpies, War Hydra, and Charybdis. I do wish that the Layers of Clarkarond, considering it's a tier 4 special building, provided us a little bit more in the way of capacities, especially for Hydras, but, whatever. We'll also want to build a Tower of Dark Rituals here, because we want to build these everywhere, though, damn, these are expensive. Even with the cost reduction, these are crazy expensive. We also want to go Slave Drive here for growth and additional cost reduction, which means another Tower of Dark Rituals, and I guess probably a Temple of Cain here. We'll get rid of the Estates of the... Yeah, alright, fine. Let's go Altar of Cain, Temple of Cain, whatever. Do we want to rush this so that we can build the next level of the Temple of Cain for cheaper? It might not be worth it, it's fine, it's fine. It's not that critical of a building in that particular location at the current time. Lumberyard, you're up next. 2,000 gold, still quite expensive. Yeah, we're going to run out of money this turn, which is, well, it's hardly surprising considering how much territory I fast built / rushed, but still, damn. Moonshard, you're fine as you are with your Dark Palisade, but we will continue building money here as well. So let's get a Black Road here, and in the Forests of Arnheim, I guess we'll go for another slave slum. Ashen Coast, you're up next. Gotta keep kickstarting that economy. Fighting Pits for you, Growth, Estates of the Masters, and at Tyrant Peak, I guess we're gonna go for the Sorceress's Abode. And, oh, we actually lack an artisan thing here. This is going to be one of our money-making provinces, or at least a decent money-making province. I mean, I will build it when it's a tier 4. It's not a big deal right now either way. Shrine of Cain at the Golden Colossus, which is going to be useful as we do want a Death Hag for Rakarth, possibly a couple of them. I don't know, I'll think about it. That may be a little bit much. Dread Bulwark for you, Twisted Glade, and then it's finally time to get you that Sorceress's Abode, as well as... Just wondering if there's anything useful in terms of defenses in this particular location, but nah, I think we just go for another Tower of Dark Rituals. Damn, these are expensive, though. But what can you do? They need to be built everywhere. Alright, Cold Mires, you're up next. We'll go for the Dark Elf Harbor, and ooh, yes, lots of money buildings here, so we should definitely build those. And I misclicked there. We'll get you Alchemy Workshop and Folly of Malefics. Do you need defenses? You are coastal. It really depends. I mean, if Norsca can hold here, they'll be reasonably safe. But if they can't, we'll need defenses. You know what? Maybe the best defense is having an actual army deal with this rather than building the structures, so maybe we'll hold off on doing so right now. And just leave it with a bunch of money building structures, and then we'll see. Shagrath, however, you are quite isolated out here, so maybe we'll continue building your defenses, if nothing else. Slave District for you, more artisan locations as well, and a Black Road for you as well, and we're nearly out of money before we are able to reach the end of our buildings. Oh well. And next turn, everything will just get more expensive because we will have no more materials at sea. But what can you do? It was always going to run out sometime. Skeggy, you, I believe, are the last, so we'll get you the Dark Elf Manors, and there we go. Down to 13 money. Been a while. I guess, well, we did spend a lot of money recruiting stuff, and frankly, we'll probably have to recruit some more stuff as we go, but it is what it is. If only we could have gotten that Skull Reef before the thing, and then maybe I should have actually had Rikarth move rather than recruiting, but oh well, not a big deal. Anyway, with that, I believe we're ready to check diplomacy, and then end the turn. Oh, look at that! Prince Marshal's expedition wants to non-aggress with us. Huh. That's kind of interesting. He does have some good territories. He doesn't like the Bloodhall Coven very much. But once we take the Shrine of Asurian, we'll get a plus 300 relationship with the Dark Elves, so that won't matter at all. And it's not like we're allied to either one of them. You know what? Let's see. Are you willing to trade? You're nearly willing to trade, eh?
I'm no statesman.
How much? Oh, he wouldn't do it for... Oh, because we don't have the money to pay him. You know what? Maybe we wait the turn. I'd like to do the trade agreement, but without the trade agreement, it isn't going to be nearly as useful, so we will wait, and we will see, and we will bide our time. As Malekith's done for 7,000 years, alright, skip, and turn, and let's see what they've got. Let's hope that Morathi will succeed with the ambush. Oh, again? Damn it. How do those ambushes keep getting foiled? The enemy isn't even trying by the looks of it to move towards us. Lord Scrollk, you are too weak with your 2 settlements, so we're not going to bother allying with you at the current time. And there's no real benefit to us for doing so. Ah, it's finally time for Sathara Belkek to attack us. Okie dokie. Call allies to help, sure, why not? And you are going to attack Torsathai, but we did expect that, so that's why we didn't really invest in it. And you're going to sack it, okay, well, good for you. Now we're at war. Morathi ambush foiled, unfortunately, so here's what I think we shall do. Oh, they moved away from Tiranoc. Oh, well, that's real interesting. That's real interesting. Okay, change of plans. Settlement sacked, yeah. Druki Herbalists, great. Negative growth where? Great Arena? Unfortunate, but whatever. Here's what we'll do. Furion, you're gonna move into Val's Anvil. And Morathi, you're not able to reach this, are you? Oh, you're able to reach this army. Granted, it'll draw them all out, but this is not a very strong stack. If Morathi can kill everything here, and I'm willing to bet that she can, especially with the help of Furion, we should be able to basically cripple this faction, then have Jaden take Toranrock and White Peak, and this side of the donut will be ours completely. That's actually very serendipitous. I'm happy, very happy that they attacked us. Interesting. Anyway, Furion, rather, we're going to upgrade you real quick. I don't know or care with what really, but let's go with Line Breaker for now, and just to buff up the units that you have. And I guess we could get you just go for Chief Master as well. Cheap, effective, etc., etc. Morathi, let's get you your assassin, and yes, I know we still need to get another 2 assassins and actually replace this assassin in this army, and it will happen eventually, guys, I swear. You are going to go for Raiders, ambush success chance. You know what, maybe we do want to start getting you ambush success chance. Ooh, Dance of Death is a significant upgrade. You know what? 1 point for 8 attack defense value is pretty good. Now, you are all in march stance, and this is a terrible, terrible idea. And these guys, by the looks of it, can't actually reach Valsandals, so we should be able to reach it ourselves. Here we go. Alrighty, valiant defeat according to the game, and there is certainly a lot of enemies to contend with, but I'm reasonably confident it's going to be a heck of a sacrifice to Slaanesh, I mean to Kain, as long as we're careful, we should be able to pull it off. Though we do have to remember that Morathi still doesn't really have anything in terms of damaging spells. She needs to level up to actually get spell work, so that'll be the main issue. And I guess all the massive amounts of archers, but we will overcome. It is done, eh? Well, I hope you can see the future, Morathi, because this is going to be an interesting one. So many enemies. I'm particularly excited about that aspect of the battle, just to see how it's gonna go. We have more than a full stack that will come in as a reinforcements, and a full stack to destroy before they get there. Now, in terms of our deployment here, we've deployed all of our shades to one side of the enemy army so that they can, well, because they're hidden and they're unspottable, they can hopefully focus down the enemy flank and destroy it, whereas our Witch Elves and our Demonettes and our Doomfire Warlocks, basically all of our fast-moving units, are hidden in the trees here, though I didn't expect quite this many enemies there. And another reason why they're here is to support the potential reinforcements as they arrive, as we will be needing them. Unfortunately, Morathi tries to move in, but gets a Tempest, gets hit by a Tempest. It's not a big deal to her in particular, because she can out-heal it, but it does mean that she's in danger of getting focused down by enemy archers, so we will have to watch out for that. Anyway, for now, until the rest of our units move in, this is going to be the Shades game as they focus down those enemy archers, and between the fact that they are unspottable and the fact that they do bleed damage, the enemy archers shouldn't have much of a chance, especially basic archers like this. Maybe if the enemy had a full line of Sisters of Avalorn, there could be a proper range exchange on the flanks here, but not like this. Alrighty, and the Raven Heralds are helping out as well, together with the basic Shade units as well, not the dual weapon kind, but it should still be enough to take out at least the Silveran Guard and Spearman units, any infantry really, and we can always back off if we start taking too much damage. There we go, knock them all out and prevent them from coming back. Looks like the flanks are looking pretty bloody right now. In the meantime, Morathi has finally escaped the Tempest and is landing in the middle of the enemy formation, going after Suthara Belkek, the leader of the enemy army, and the leader of the enemy faction, I believe, as well. It's also time for our various Doomfire Warlocks, Witch Elves, and Demonettes to start moving into the fray as well. All the fast movers, rather, are now going to start contributing to the battle. And Witch Elves and Demonettes shouldn't have too much trouble mincing a rather weaker units of infantry like spears, but they do need to be wary of getting hit by enemy spells. It looks like a Arnzabel's Black Horror moving through the enemy lines here, the Demonettes fighting together with the Doomfire Warlocks. Not sure if the Doomfire Warlocks would like that or dislike it. Kind of an interesting question considering their lore. But anyway, more on that later. Let's see what we've got in terms of the enemy routing. It looks like a lot of the spears are having a pretty bad time. They're getting hit by the Soul Stealer from the Slaanesh's Harvesters, and it looks like Morathi has nearly taken care of Surthara. Back there, our Shades have completely destroyed the enemy flank and are now marching over to this side to start hopefully hitting the enemy in the flanks, or the other flank. But that is only the beginning. Not only has another full stack arrived on the field, the enemy has gotten more reinforcements where that came from, though the balance of power is somewhat in our favor. Now we'll see if that remains so when more enemy units move on the field and more of these guys, the ones that are running, get destroyed. However, it looks like the forest aspect of this battle did go in our way, as the enemy is not going to get a lot of mileage out of its range units because of the trees protecting us. Not a great place to be for them. Alrighty. And let's see, these guys are not running as yet, but they will be soon. They're getting hit with Melkots and Witch Elves and Demonettes and Warlocks surrounding them from every side. And I do believe Sir Thara's army, just like that, will shatter. Alrighty, now it's time for a little bit of a midpoint sort of break while we regroup and reposition ourselves. So the Shades will once again take advantage of their hidden and unspottable and move once again to the flanks to the side of this enemy army. They can't see where we are, so we're allowing them to move towards our main force with their own main force, and then we will allow the Shades to be discovered as we hit them and try to rip them apart. In the meantime, we also want to make use of our fast movers to catch any units that are running here, while our reinforcements are going to get into position and hopefully distract the enemy. Hopefully we can kill these guys fast enough to back the fast movers away into the trees again. The enemy will get distracted by fighting the bleak swords and the dread spears and the dark shards and the basics of the reinforcements, and then we can hit them in both flanks once again. At least that's the idea. We'll see if it works out. Anyway, for now there isn't much to see other than chasing enemies around, and ooh, another Tempest comes down, unfortunately. Damn, that ain't great. It's not super threatening to Morathi, but against the Raven Heralds, this is gonna be a lot of damage. Yeah, about half HP damage from a single spell. Though fortunately all the models mostly survive. That is still quite scary. Morathi trying to chase down that high mage now, so that hopefully we don't have to deal with it again. And it looks like most of the rest of the units have been caught as well, and we should be able to back off. In the meantime, we're also going to get our first volleys off with our Shades. Looks like the enemy is going to give us a little bit of a taste of our own medicine, as well as some Shadow Warriors fire from the shadows, I guess, where we can't see them. And we're going to move our Shades with the without dual weapons, the weaker Shades, in to identify the enemy Shadow Warriors so that we can actually attack them. Alright, a little bit of a shootout, but the enemy range units are getting focused down again. We're going to focus the archers first, and then the White Lions, as well as the Spears and Silveran Guard second, as I don't think it's as important as it is to kill off the Shades, because we can always, or kill off the enemy archers, because we can always back off from the melee and surround them and kill them from various sides. And ooh, looks like we finally identified the enemy Shadow Warriors now, so every single Shade is going to focus them down. A little bit of a, it's a little bit personal, as the Shades want to show off their superiority. And there we go, those Shadow Warriors will be pretty much done. Very tired, wavering, taking fire, bleeding, broken, and done. Lovely. How are we doing on the rest of the battlefield? We're backing off of these guys as expected, and still chasing a few units down, and we are starting to take that center formation with our reinforcements. Morathi is moving in together with her heroes, the Cainite Assassin and Uriel Hydrablood, and I wanted to catch or countercharge this unit of White Lions just to prevent them from chasing down our Shades. I'm not actually sure that they physically could do so. Oh, they're really debuffed right now in terms of their speed, but I would be interested to know if they physically could catch the Shades, if both are at max speed. I would generally think that the Shades should be faster. We'll check it later, when we find a non-debuffed unit of White Lions, and either way it looks like this unit of White Lions is dead. This has also allowed our Shades to get at least some space between them and the enemy, though it looks like Eagles have arrived as well, and are going to annoy our Shades. The enemy really doesn't really like those shades attacking them in the flanks because they've been so effective throughout this battle, but it looks like the eagles won't be able to stop them either as they get focused down by our range units. The enemy hit us with a Flock of Doom as well, and we are certainly a little bit damaged on the shades, but otherwise they're looking pretty okay. And it looks like the main enemy force is now moving in and getting ready to fight our reinforcements. The Dark Shards once again are going to be focusing down a unit of White Lines, and ooh, this is what I wanted to check. So White Lines move at 34 speed. Okay, no, so that's standard infantry speed. Shade should move at 45. Yeah, so no, there's no way that they could catch them. Focus down the White Lines here by the Shades and by the Dark Shards. Kill this noble with Morathi and our elites, and then back off while our range and our fast movers flank the enemy and do the damage. Fantastic. Man, this has been I think this has been the biggest battle in the campaign so far. I am absolutely loving it. I mean, I guess this is the entire province of Tiranoc come to march against us. All of their armies at once come to stop Morathi. Well, technically we attacked them, but, well, they attacked us first, so. It makes sense that the enemy numbers, if nothing else, are high, and I guess there's a lot of militia in here as well, just to stop the invasion of Ulthuan. But by the looks of it, in terms of this battle so far on the balance of power, it is not going to happen. Yeah, maybe we'll take some damage to our spears and our basic units, but it won't be enough. The enemy range units are getting ripped apart by our Dark Shards. Our Doomfire Warlocks have arrived and are going to charge into their flanks as well, and now the enemy will no longer be getting value out of all of those archers. Looks like more and more of the enemy units are starting to collapse. A unit of Illyrian Reavers routing as they try to run in, and ooh, more war lions to try to help out what the eagles started and stop our shades from attacking, but it doesn't look like that's going to work out for them either. Man, a big battlefield with lots of fighting happening on various sides of the battle. This is a proper fight. I'm loving this one. Alrighty, and the White Lions are out, and with them, in fact, the rest of the army will just like that break. A little bit more sudden than I had expected, but we've been doing a good job at taking out those lords with Morathi and our heroes. For once, our heroes more or less acting in concert rather than on different parts of the map, but it's certainly worked out. And man, I'm willing to bet the Doomfire Warlocks are going to get a lot of kills by the end of this. They did a lot of damage to all those enemy range units. Not as flashy, perhaps, as the battle lines essentially colliding and smashing into each other, but they killed so many. I'm going to be interested to see the comparison in terms of unit damage after this particular battle is over as well. Anyway, we are going to do our best to chase down as many of those enemies as we can. Morathi and her heroes have knocked out the enemy lord, and our shades are fast enough to move after the enemies and continue firing on them. Too bad they don't have fire while moving, but I think if they did, they'd be they'd be too overpowered, wouldn't they? Especially with hidden and unspottable, as they have. Maybe they should have done a thing where the weaker shades, the ones without the dual weapons, the regular shades, maybe they should have fire while moving, because they have much less range than the shades with dual weapons have, and they don't have great swords, so they're not as effective in melee. But then they'd have to be moved up to a tier 3 unit if they had fire while moving. But still, it will essentially make them a souped-up version of something like Free Company Militia due to their low range. Anyway, I'm going to speed up the battle as we chase down all those enemies, get all that extra bonus reward after the battle, and in addition to that, while the army that is in march stance... Well, there were two armies in march stance. One was outside the settlement, so that's guaranteed destruction, but I feel, and I could be wrong about this, but I feel like the army that is in march stance that is in a settlement doesn't actually get destroyed, so we do still have to be concerned about that and go and attack it. Fortunately, we have a lot of fast movers, and we should have chased down and destroyed most of them. Also, taking a look at this lovely little gate thing that they've got going here. This isn't supposed to be like the Phoenix Gate or like the major gates through the passes, I guess. It's just like a minor one. But it still does look nice. Though it'll look nicer, I think, with Druchii architecture. But anyway, a close victory for us, but not so close as to be concerning. I believe it's mostly ammunition and magics and stuff gone and not so much damage to our army, but let's find out for sure. Ooh, alrighty. 4,000, over 4,000. In fact, Asur destroyed, 4.5k deployed, and less than 500. Remaining only 429 losses on our side. Truly a slaughter worthy of Slaanesh. I mean, Kane is the one. I'll stop making that joke. No, I won't. Let's see. We got 15,000 money, as well as 2.7k slaves as a reward for that particular battle, which is very, very nice. Morathi is certainly, she's certainly doing good work. Oh, wow. Chest of sustenance. Upkeep minus 10%. Wow, do we have anything even close to that good in terms of casual or upkeep reduction and casualty replenishment? Or casualty suffered from attrition reduction by 40%. That's insanely good. Too bad we can't steal it. I wish we could. I wish we could steal High Elven stuff. In terms of the damage, looks like the Shades all did very, very well, as they usually do. A little bit less on the non-dual weapon Shades, but that's hardly surprising, and one of the reasons we're going to replace them. 51k damage on the Slaanesh's Harvesters. While they certainly lived up to their name in this particular battle, and surprisingly not as much damage on the Raven Heralds, but once again, they have a tendency to target lesser units with less unit count, model count, I should say. Anyway, we're going to enslave, which will heal us pretty much to full and give us an insane amount of slaves for our trouble. And just like that, Morathi breaks Tiranoc. This faction is done. There's no way that they'll recover from this. They have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 settlements, but those were their armies. What are they gonna do now? Nothing, that's what. We can't reach Avathir, unfortunately, in a single turn, but that's not a big deal. It's not like the enemy can do anything about what we're doing. We're gonna pop everybody into raiding stance, I guess, and then next turn, one of them will take Avathir, while the other one, well, I guess Morathi herself will move back to Val's Anvil. Speaking of Val's Anvil, we need to... I was gonna say build the iron mining pit here, but you know what? No, build the Altar of Cain instead. Maybe we can build assassins here for Morathi instead of waiting. Maybe that'll be the way to do it. Also, I guess we're preparing this place now since Tiranoc won't be able to attack us again. Fantastic. Jaden the Grey Vanquisher. I wonder if you're able to take Tor Anrock. There's not much in the way of defenses there. You don't have a crazy good army or anything like that, but you do have artillery pieces. You could easily take White Peak if you want. Well, I guess it doesn't change the fact that we still need to move the R&D, so let's move the R&D, shall we? Let's move you to Griffin Gate, in fact, just away from this location. And I'll do the levels between the episodes, just to not waste time. Alrighty, and ooh, look at that. We've got Dwarven allies ready to land and help us out. Most likely we'll borrow their armies, but nonetheless, it's a thought that counts. And ooh, what are you doing here? We are going to declare war on the Van Heimlings, so that is certainly something we're going to have to deal with. You steel tech from the Van Heimlings, and I guess you do the same. Elenil, indeed. You're being very destructive. And, oh, well, these guys actually have an army on the way. Gotta be careful with its sailing/sallying out. We're gonna need to get Vilal as well as Helebron out there. So, Vilal, you're gonna go, let's say, out here. And Helebron, I guess... Wait, are you not able to bypass attrition at all? Wait. No attrition right there. By the looks of it. And then either we land here or we go to Trollfjord first. I have not yet decided, but it's not going to be a huge difference, hopefully. I should probably actually keep you two beside each other, but let's just hope that you don't die. Next up, you are going to not get the Shrine of Cain right now, because we need money more than that. Eldire, you're going to head out. And you'll be joining Malice's army next turn, and then Malice will sail out as well. It'll take a little bit of a while to get the sorceress in his army, but, you know, it is necessary. Ooh, also we have research. Let's see what we have. Well, I guess we'll take the meager offering for now. We also want to get the upgrade 3 as fast as possible, so there's a decent likelihood that our best bet next will be to take all of this stuff. And just to get upgrade 3 and that black art cumulative growth by plus 10, that's pretty great. Cooldown to sacrifice for Cain. Wait, sacrifice to Cain does what again? Which one does what? Oh, this one. This one we're actually saving until the endgame scenario. I really doubt that we're going to need it before then, and frankly, we can't really use it before then anyway. In the sense that it'll be on a cooldown too long. But anyway, Druki resources, you're gonna land at Grey Rock Point, wherein you will recruit stuff in a second, and I will deal with you, but I want to see what else is going on. So first of all, Malekith, the most important one, as always. Now, you can't reach Unicorn Gate from where you are, unfortunately, and that is unfortunate because these guys could move out of it and then go to Tor Anlek. No, Admiral Yorn can protect Tor Anlek. Is there a little army here? No, there isn't. Damn. Now that's annoying because Malekith would actually love to get the Sword of Cain, but I guess we can't do that right now. Alright, well, either way, then Malekith, you're going to auto-resolve Evershale and sack it, I guess, and then we'll move to Unicorn Gate afterwards. Close victory, eh? Oh, wow, it really keeps hurting our poor coastal relations liaison. I guess auto-resolve hates Charybdis's. It's unfortunate, but good to know for the future. 10k money, healing, and slaves for our trouble. Nice find, though. And we'll pop you into raiding stance in this territory, and we'll pop the Shellray to occupy it. And let's keep healing from it. Do we want to upgrade the occupied gate? Maybe we do, why not? Occupy. Alrighty, Evershale is ours. Don't bother collecting the income here. We might as well repair it. We just don't need to invest into it a lot. Let's put Malekith right there, and he should be able to reach Unicorn Gate afterwards. And, I wonder what the best way to do this is. I mean, technically, we really need to link up with these armies, but, as to whether we can do that in our current state remains to be seen. Either way, you, Jaden, are going to move to Tiranoc. We could sack it, or we could maybe occupy it. I'll think about it. What do we have in terms of defenses? Yeah, we're gonna have to manually do this. Alright, fine. Or we siege it and wait for Morathi to come along. We'll have to think about what the best course of action is, but let's keep moving. Next, Druki resources. You are heading out to Harganeth, wherein you will be recruiting some witch elves and stuff. So, let's see what we got here. Road of Skulls, yeah, Sisters of Slaughter, 600 to recruit and rank 9 immediately. And, oh, we could get Bloodwrack Shrines here as well. Do we want a couple Bloodwrack Shrines? What is their aura again? A melee attack and leadership. It's not bad. It's not bad. Oh, you know what? Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll get 2 Bloodwrack Shrines as well. This is going to be for our Black Ark army, but at the same time, we can probably replace the less leveled up units of Witch Elves and Sisters of Slaughter in the army with these ones instead as well. As Sabatha, you're going to join this army. You are you're a Death Hag, and then you, I guess, Koval, are going to go to Admiral Leech's army, which is why you're here, whereas Ava, you are going to join this army as well. No need to move to the other army. And Jeshua, you can go into Admiral Leech's army as well. And there we go. How are you in terms of being ready? Looks pretty ready to me. Fantastic. We'll probably get a couple monsters in here as well, just to round out the army so that it doesn't get insta-killed by something, but for now we're good. You can move back to Hag Grief until we get access to Dread Knights, and you're really unable to move just slightly to join Malice's army? Yeah, no dice. No dice, but it's okay. Next turn. Admiral Leech. I guess the question is, can we or should we build anything here? And it doesn't look like it. Now we're fine. We're fine. Alright, Admiral Leech, you are going to, I guess, slightly move out. You're still going to be moving to follow Malice, so you can't really leave for now. You, however, can go to where you were going, which is to be the Sorcerer of Admiral Valal. Alrighty, who's up next? So, Malice can't move, and we've moved Helebron, and we have Morathi moved, Furion's good, next Druki resources. Ah, yes, you. You need to actually do things. First thing is... Huh. You can't build Black Ark Corsairs here. What, really? Wait. Why can't you... Huh, what the heck? But you're in range. Confusion. You're in range of the circle. Shouldn't you be able to build Black Ark Corsairs out of this? Am I crazy, or is that not a... Huh? Odd. Maybe they need to be in the same territory? Are you actually secretly not actually close enough? I just want to try something. Ah, there we go. I wonder why it didn't work like that. Okay, fine. You can build out of Admiral Moksha's army. And Admiral Moksha cannot build, but at least you have these guys coming in at a higher level. At the same time, we're going to want to build shades of various kinds, I guess. I want several kinds for Jade, and she needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's say 7 shades, and 8 shades. 8 shades and one assassin. Alright, 8 shades and 1 assassin it is, so we can get 6 here. Let's do 4 with greats, and that's too many. We'll do more great swords for, wait. 1 second. The Shadow Dart gives us range, right? Yeah, it gives us a range, which means we want to build the best shades with the highest range to lean further into range there, which means we can get a few more of these shades with great weapons on this side. And don't want to overbuild the shades with dual weapons then. So we want 8. I guess we could get regular plus great swords in this army. They'll have relatively low range, but we can use them to fight in melee. Yeah, let's do that. And just so that somebody has the regular shades as well. Although the regular shades are significantly inferior. You know what? Maybe we'll do instead an all great sword shade army for Jaden. Just not bother using the regular shades. Sorry, regular shades. We'll do 2 more of these, and we'll keep building Black Ark Corsairs with hand bows. Like so. Yes? Yes. Alright, the rest of you just stay here, hover around, wait until Druki Resources is done doing what Druki Resources does. Which makes sense. I'm not being sarcastic, it does make sense, damn it. Sharky, you'll probably also have to build, but we're running out of money right now, so I think we'll hold off. For Karth, you can do a Skull Reef battle, but I think we'll send you to do that next turn. Or next episode, rather. Because we don't have time to do it right now. You, Druki Resources, are going to transfer, and at the same time, well, let's build some more Medusae and Harpies here. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't know, 3 Medusae. The follower army is going to be made up of Medusa and Harpies, and probably a little bit of the Saber-Tusk packs. We also probably won't be needing the Reaper Bolt Throwers here. And we'll keep the Saber-Tusks because, well, it makes sense to do so. Alrighty, well, that looks good to me. I think with that, this is probably going to be a decent place to call it. There's a lot of admin left, and we'll probably be better off saving it until next time. Granted, let's see. Oh, the R&Ds have moved. Ooh, if we could end the turn now, but we can't end the turn right now because we have a lot of battles to take care of. Yeah, alright, fine. I'm gonna call it here. Next time we'll do a cinematic battle with Rakarth's first fight at the Skull Reef and get the money to build up additional buildings, and then probably another cinematic battle after we do the buildings, wherein we attack Tiranoc with Jaden the Grey Vanquisher, with a relatively weak army, but hopefully good enough to destroy this, or in the alternative we simply siege it and wait, because the enemy's probably not going to come out anyway. I will think about it. We shall see next time. Stay tuned for more Malekith as Ulthuan continues to get wrecked. Sorry, Tiranoc, we will not be seeing anything really else from you, but this really worked out for us, as this entire side of the donut will probably be ours next episode. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. Whatever I usually say, all glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.